evening. Late night with Twilight. Y'all gonna have to catch it on the playback. Um, so let me just go over the title, which is kind of clicky baity, but Black men don't like Jasmine Crockett. Black men don't like Jasmine Crockett. Is that shocking to who is that supposed to be shocking to? Is that shocking to anyone at this point? I mean, who's shocked by that? So this is a video from Controversial Shannon. I know him in passing from TikTok. I seen him build his page from the ground up. So before he became like a very widely circulated on the various different platforms, he was on TikTok mostly, building up, going through live stream, going into red pill spaces. His page got knocked down a few times, but it got back up because he's Christian and he pretty much say everything that women be saying, but women love to hear a man say it. I can't make an indictment on his character one way or another. A lot of my mutuals rock with him, so it is what it is. But the dark-skinned brother over there in the corner who's doing the stitch is the one who is commenting on this other guy named Dr. Julio. Now, Dr. Julio stitched some stuff that I did before too a couple years ago as well. Initially, Dr. Julio's grift was building up black women, calling out black men for their BS, but he always pushed marriage and he always pushed a nuclear family. So this half breed now, and I meant exactly what I said, this half breed now is, come to find out, a Trump supporter, a MAGA supporter. I'm not sure what's happening in the brains of a lot of these colored folks who want to support MAGA, but Make America Great Again is not inclusive of them. In fact, the MAGA movement is torn apart because half of them want to be Yahtzees. The word that rhyme with Yahtzees, Yahtzee, the guy with the mustache. Okay. Half of them want a pure white Anglo-Saxon group of people with no defects. And the other half of them want to support the Israel is not real, and that whole thing that they got going on over there. But I'm giving y'all that part so you have that part in the back of your mind, but that ain't even really relevant. But the reason why I bring that up is because when it's all said and done, the fight is what's more white. Okay. They kicking Candace Owens' ass to the curb. They're platforming and building up freaky deaky, squeaky, weird ass Nick Fuentes. He say a few things. He's authentic. He's full of shit, but he's authentic in his full of shitness. A man who is part Mexican from Chicago, said blacks need to be in jail for the most part. The reason why men can't get ahead is because of women. And he 27 years old and ain't never slept with a woman in his life, but was found running around with cat boys. So let's just figure that shit out. Like, that shit is just all the way a whole nother way. So these are the contradictory, absurd, bizarre, inauthentic people represent MAGA base. And here come these fucking goofy ass niggas constantly aligning themselves with this group of people because they want to ensure their proximity to whiteness. The identity crisis is real in these motherfuckers, okay? But they hate black women. That is no surprise to no one. I told you who these men are. These men have no power, not in reality. And the only thing that they can do is create the perception of power. So they have to look at people who are more vulnerable than them. It really is that simple. They have to look at people more vulnerable than them and exert force over who is more vulnerable than them. Are they doing this conscientiously? I'm not really sure. I think some are conscious and some aren't. Are they thinking that deeply about it? No, it's instinctual. They're in the patriarchy. They want to be something in the patriarchy, so they align themselves to whatever they believe power is. This Dr. Julio dude, I think he got like a young, ethnically ambiguous girlfriend. She's about 5, 6, 7 years younger than him. He walks around telling women what they need to do and how they need to do and how they need to center men. reintroducing us to that which had our spirit in bondage in the first fucking place. Because sitting around chasing and pining away and thinking that your womanhood is useless without a man is what make a lot of women depressed. I'm not saying, again, and I've been very specific. I never tell women not to want a man. I just simply tell women to realize that this obsession that the patriarchy has installed in your brain will keep you from prosperity. It'll keep you from looking youthful. It'll keep you hurrying up and picking the bottom of the barrel so that you can hurry up and get with somebody and have somebody in your life. And so you don't feel like, you're single and you're lonely and you get scared. You don't want to be like these bitter biddies. But the single women is fucking running circles around the married women. The married women are out here looking like they just been going through some stuff. Okay. I'm gonna just put it like that. Because these men don't fucking know what they're doing. They're not fucking leaders. They're not real leaders. They're just loud, obnoxious, boisterous, and domineering. They think that's leadership. The ability to boss people around, the ability to have somebody, if need be, to punch down on, the ability to turn somebody into a willing participant in their own servitude. That's all they got to offer is dick and a lot of big, tough talk. They make it more difficult for you. And don't get me wrong, I am absolutely not bitter. When I see good, loving men, I absolutely adore them. And I don't expect them to be perfect. And I don't sit and try to look for something wrong. But I'm just saying that the average male, and I don't like using this term, but it's easy to understand for everybody universally. The average male is a fucking beta male who tries to pretend to be an alpha. The average man is a beta male who tries to pretend to be an alpha. They overperform masculinity. They overperform dominance. They constantly need somebody to stroke their ego. They don't really have no future. They don't really have no plan. They don't really have any structure. They don't really have any discipline. They don't really have any money. They don't really have any money. They don't really have any money. Okay? And they want you to love them for them. But if they get on, they get with the woman that they really want. Bitch, shut up. Okay? Shut the fuck up. So these dudes just want leverage and things in their favor. And this Dr. Julio dude must have got the motherfucking memo too late. This little light skin, this little Elder Barge looking motherfucker over here. He got the memo. He must have got the memo late. Because MAGA was never about the nuclear family and none of that shit. Donald Trump don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Do you ever see his wife with him? I heard he stink. But that's neither here nor there. The point is that he don't give a fuck about none of that shit. He give a fuck about whiteness, power, and being popular amongst billionaires. Do you know that Donald Trump is the degenerate of the billionaire class? That's why he seemed like he cool with the working class, but he really don't fuck with y'all. He really actually want to be with the billionaires, the millionaires. He want to be with the dictators, the movers and the shakers, the people who got shit named. That's why this motherfucker is going ham, reshaping the White House to name it after himself. Nobody asked for that. Nobody wanted that. None of his supporters is even really on that with him. He ain't done enough. He just here. And that's supposed to make him something great because he's white. And that's what it is. It's just the most deeply insecure men going about the earth, pissing on everything. And that's all Trump is doing. Pissing on his territory, letting everybody know I make an impact here. Strong to them is making the ability to make other people suffer. That's not strength to me. Strong to them is the ability to make other people suffer. That's not strength to me. And to someone with real strength, like myself, like other women that I know, like Jasmine Crockett, strength comes from an internal knowing. It comes from a deep compassion, but it also comes from understanding where your boundaries lie. So weak ass men like Dr. Julio, who can fool a lot of the people because he yellow as fuck. Let's be honest. People look at light skinned men and they trust them more because he sound educated and he talk fast. If you ever seen his videos. So you can't place that he's just a manipulative grifter with no real fucking knowledge trying to make $1 or $2 off of the insecurities of women. Everybody be making money off of the insecurities of women. And here I am trying to empower motherfuckers. But it is no secret that men like this are performing masculinity. So when they see real leadership, they get real fucking angry. Jasmine Crockett is real leadership. He's sitting here talking about I'm glad she giving up her seat in Congress and she not gonna win in the Senate and this and that and that. Why is you wishing that on this woman? That woman don't know you, ain't thought about you, but see, that's what I'm saying. They think their dicks matter to everybody. Don't nobody be even thinking about these motherfuckers. You be thinking about cheesecake and damn, I think I might want to go to the gym 5 times a week. Damn, you know what? I'm gonna add a couple of more stocks to my portfolio. Okay, they're mad when they can't impregnate you. Okay, they're mad when they can't slow your life down. They're mad when you're not looking at them and wondering if you're good enough for them. They're mad when you showcase certain talents within yourself that they think that God is supposed to have given to them just because God's supposed to have given it to them. And they get very envious and jealous, especially since black women are still kicking ass. They try to call us DEI. They tried to say we were unqualified. They tried to say we didn't have the brain capacity. And we still out there kicking everybody's ass. And it's causing a lot of people cognitive dissonance because they want us to fade in the background, shut the fuck up. The men around want us to take our power and magic and pour it into them and open our legs and give them babies and give them pleasure. And that's why I be telling y'all, stop telling these motherfuckers what good things that you're winning in your life. Tell them stupid shit. Like, I straight up be telling them stupid shit. See, this is, for all you know, this yellow ass nigga mad because that brown, beautiful woman is in a position of power while he's sitting at home grifting off of insecure women on the internet that he's trying to tell, you need to center a man. You need to get married. You ain't woman unless you got a man. And what I tell y'all is absolutely nothing wrong with being in a relationship. Again, when I see a loving relationship, I give that credence and I don't expect the men to be perfect. But what I'm saying is these rotten fucking bastards who walk around trying to neg, demean, and find low self-esteem in women to latch onto. Now look at his face. He's not an ugly dude. So you would think he would have some confidence. Wrong, wrong, wrong. He's just another insecure bitch who wants to colonize and conquer a woman's youth, beauty, and magic. People, the craziest fucking thing you should ever download and compute in your mind. The magic in a black woman seems to be something that everybody thinks they should have access to, except for the very black woman who possesses the fucking magic. Do you understand how absurd that fucking shit is? No, you ain't supposed to put magic, use your magic to better yourself, your life, and your situation. You supposed to use it to better the community, the kids, the elders, everybody else. But when you start using your own God-given talent and magic for yourself, you selfish. You selfish. Exactly, sis. They taught us that shit. You supposed to use your magic for every fucking body else's benefit except your own. And when you do it for yourself, you're selfish. You're wicked. You're evil. I no longer allow these fucking parasitic, mentally unstable, micro self-esteem batches to interfere with my alignment. I'm sorry you're stupid. I'm sorry you're incompetent. I'm sorry you're an idiot. But that ain't got nothing to do with me. And I don't even have wild ambitions or nothing like that like Jasmine Crockett. So this type of conversation, pep talk that I'm having with myself, she probably had to have eons more pep talks like this. To be sitting, to have had her own law firm, to have been sitting in Congress, a dark-skinned, ethnic black woman. Can you imagine?